Good evening and welcome everyone to this LGE coverage of Road to Glory on this glorious spring evening. Happy Easter Sunday, everyone. And as I said, we're here for the league race for Road to Glory Sunday tier. We do think we're going to have 14 drivers. It looks like someone else got in just at the end, so hopefully we'll be able to pick their car. We've got drivers coming out on the track already. As I said, we're in the US at COTA in Austin, Texas. At the circuit of the Americas, and we've got 20 turns around this circuit with 3.426 miles, and in metric it's 5.413 kilometres in length. There we go, we've got the 14th driver now, NUFC Irvine. So driver's already out on their outlaps, and yeah, looked like we could have an exciting one like we did last week, Lee.
Yeah, it is. Hopefully it could be like last week, but I think we've seen a couple of the names that were in last week that aren't in. Oh no, it's just Ginge, I think, that's missing from that big battle at the end there. I'll go and have a wee quick look, because I remember an amazing battle from, I think, if I remember right, it was Ginger and, was it Marcus or Josh McGill? Marcus it was, wasn't it?
Yes, it was Marcus.
Sorry.
Sorry, Lee, I'm just trying to...
Oh, looks like Ethan, before he could even start his lap, he's invalidated it, so I think it's going to be Prodigy, who's the first one on a lap. So I'm going to stick with him as he's going up the hill into turn one. Now you can be light on the brakes there as the momentum will slow you down quite nicely coming through turn two. Here is the one lane sort of, it's only one line through this sector, one section here. As you're going through the S's, it's just one turn straight after another, just flowing into each other. There we go. Down the hill into the back straight now. Look at that light is blinding the driver as they're coming down the turn 12, and it's going to be a heavy braking to get the car around in turn 12. This is a good wee battle point here near the end of sector 2 here. So we will see a few battles happening.
Well, I was gonna say, of course, we were here a few weeks ago in Thursday, and that was a pretty decent race, and so was last time. That sun absolutely glaring at the end of that DRS straight to turn 12, and then into turn 20, the final corner as well. It's rather off-putting.
But it's 4.545.
So, of course, only the one quali session today as Matty Jones goes into second, 6 tenths down on the Alpine driver, Proddy. He's got a Red Bull.
134.418, just slightly faster than Prodigy there.
Yeah, you check.
Prof. And Prof goes P2. Just slightly faster than Prodigy there. Who else was that? It was Ernie Bernie with 136.4. Pretty slow, got Arch crossing the line. That was his outboard there. Chuck goes preliminary first place. Wait, I forgot it was what. Oh, see Ethan on the lap there, and he's a bit shaky coming out of turn 15 there.
Sorry, Lee, I am here. I'm just trying to sort something out a second.
That's alright. You've seen nice job man, on mediums, which is quite a year. It still manages to put in a 134.6. Don't believe RTG is on a lap, so I think this is going to be a good bit of a light before the storm, I think. The Arch has managed to put a time on the board of 139 flat. Way off the pace, he's going to last. Oh, second last, that was like GB's retired. Whereabouts was that? Who's to be in the pits? I think that could be due to the joining late. See Josh McGill, he's getting ready to start a lot. He's just going to come around the ultimate corner now of turn 19. Down board Josh McGill now as he sees he's starting his lap now. He's going up the hill into turn 1. Right on the brakes. A bit too late, he misses the apex just ever so slightly, going around turn 2. Nice and slow there. This is 3, 4, 5 and 6, these turns all come up so quickly, especially when you're travelling over 100 miles an hour. You are around turns 10 now. Coming down into turn 11. Braking before that 50 metre board. We are getting blinded as he's going the hill down his back straight. He's going into that turn 11 turn 12, sorry, DRS will be wide open. Hitting that apex nicely, using up as much of the track as possible. He's on turns 13 and 14 here. 15 big corner, you've got to take it wide there. Here's the triple right-hander there. Let's say a good wee corner there. Only misses the apex completely for turn 9. This is going to cause him to lose quite a lot of time. And same with turn 20 there. Now, I think if he would have got third place there, if he managed to get that in on point there, but unfortunately didn't manage that. RTG thought he was going to start a lap there. So the brothers think they're about to go start a lap in just a moment. And I mean Chuckle Brothers, I mean both of them, Chuck and Chuckle. See Chuck just starting his lap and Chuckle is just going onto his lap, so I'll stay on board with the Alpine of Chuck right now and see how he's going to be done. He's travelling through sector 1, navigating this tricky sector, but to be right on the limit all the way through here.
I'm really sorry, Lee. We got there in the end.
Everything alright?
Yeah, don't worry. Sorry about that.
That's all good.
Well, she's had JD26 out.
Yeah, and I think that may be to do with the thingamajig and basically joining late. But he did join in before the timer counted down, so
It looks like Irvine had spun there.
yeah.
At turn 10, turn 9.
Turn 9, 10, yeah. And Trickle, who's sitting in P1 pretty right now, they're just under 3 tenths. It's just coming around turn 19 now. Using up the whole of that track, man. That Red Bull is like it's on tracks now. Coming across the line, he improves even more. 133.459. Nicely done there from the Red Bull driver there. Just making a statement there. I think Prof is on a lap, I'm not sure right now. Yep, I think he is. He's just coming around turns 19 now. Using up all of that track. Here we go to the line. Goes P5. He only improves by 3 tenths. Oh, and Ethan puts in a 133.3. Nicely done there from the AlphaTauri driver. Back in a minute. So we'll see who else is going to be on a lap in this Circuit of America.
Sorry, I'm back again. I won't be going again.
God, man.
You're usually terrible at it, actually, so as we see...
Well... No. I think Sean Marcus is just finishing his lap.
Yeah, it looks like he is.
Let's see what time he's going to put on the board, because this guy is usually quite rapid, but... Oh! It's off by 3 tenths. That puts in a 133.640. Prof coming into the pits now. Nice job, mate. He just finished a lap. Yeah, I think he is. I think Aki's going to be the next one to set a lap. Let's just see him coming into turn 12 now. With half his battery left, so we're going to presume that he has been using... Oh no, he's done. So this will be the calm before the storm now. Everybody will be able to jump into the pits quickly, refuel, and...
Yeah, I did think he was going a bit slow. I didn't want to say anything. It's so rude. Until I was sure. So I think Matty's just about to come in as he invalidated his in-lap, potentially if it wasn't in-lap, I think it was with the amount of battery he has left. You've got Proddy, who's going to be the first driver late. He set a lap time. He has got 3 laps of fuel on board, so I think he's prepared for in case he needs to do another lap.
Oh yeah, I could see he'll be having enough there. I mean, it would have been more intelligent if he could maybe take some of the fuel out, but unfortunately, he's not done that just yet.
So now we have a couple of drivers, or 3 or 4 drivers, on their out laps. I think we know it's Prof that's going to be next. It's a bit more manageable today, Lee, with the 14 or 13 qualifying drivers to sort of get the order at play with this short qualifying session. I said this last week in Saudi Arabia that the short quali sessions feel so short compared. Just over like that. It's already over for short Marcus as he's retired. Is he retired in the pits or has he done that out on track? Lee?
I think I was in the pits. I think he just ran out of time in order to get back out again. So unfortunately, he's going to be going no higher than P3 here. On board with Prof right now. Let's see how he's navigating sector 1. See if he's going to be up on his time, and he is. He's up by 1/10 there. So check back in with him in a few moments.
As Proddy has crossed the line, so I think that's his qualifying done now. He's got a lap on the board and he's only got about 20% battery remaining, so I don't think he's going to be able to improve. I don't think he's on a faster time. It's not anyway, he's invalidated. So who do we go to next then? We've got 30 seconds left on the clock. Irvine just starting a lap in the Haas. We've got a Red Bull behind him going up into turn 1. It's Chuckle, and behind him, Lee, is Aki, who's very close behind the Red Bull driver to start their final qualifying attempts. We've got 10 seconds left on the clock. I think that might be nice job, mate, starting his final lap. We've got Matty just starting a lap there with 2 seconds to go, and Prof finishing his lap with a 1:34.206. So up first, I think it's going to be Ernie Burney to cross the line. He stays 11th fastest. So next on we have a Alfa Romeo of Josh McGill. Lee into turn 20 comes with that blinding sun streaming into his visor as we go across the line, goes onto the front row, so close but yet so far to that provisional pole position as Irvine is out. He did that 1:47, so he's going to stay last, second to last as Chuck crosses the line, stays 7th as Proddy is into the pits. We're going to have a Red Bull now of Chuck. Chuck and nice job, and Aki to finish their laps as he goes on to provisional pole by just under 0.2 of a second. The McLaren of Aki stays 9th. It's 8th and 9th as it stands. We've got nice job, mate. The second man in the championship goes on to pole and takes it by just over 2/200ths of a second.
He just steals it. Well, ball here, pretty much. Like, that was just incredible how close that was there. So, have a wee quick look. Look at that, 19,000ths of a second. That's nothing. That's quicker than the blink of an eye. So, have a wee quick rundown there of the qualifying order there. Nice job, mate, managing to steal it just right at the end there. The Aston Martin driver. Chuckle finishing in 2nd place. Ethan in 3rd. 4th was Josh McGill. Short Marcus was in P5. Prodigy in P6. Chuck was 7th. Prof was 8th. Aki 9th. Matty Jones 10th. 11th was Ernie Burney. Arj was 12th. Irvine crashing out unfortunately near the end, and JD not getting a lap in.
So I'm predicting it'll be a dry start. Obviously we've got this Sorry, lost my words there. Had a big Christmas, Easter, Christmas.
What are you on, mate?
I don't know. Got no idea. Easter lunch, so I think it's fuddled my brain.
Sure there wasn't something else in that.
Sprinkled something in it.
Yeah. Aye.
There's alcohol in the gravy.
That sounds like aye.
Is that what they do in Scotland?
Right, don't start trying to stereotype us. Alcoholics. Come on. That's where we'll draw a line here, come on.
So we have a slightly more compact grid than usual this Sunday evening, and the drivers are just getting ready to go with 3 seconds left on the clock. They've sorted out their strategies for the race. I think it might be a 2-stop here. I have a feeling it could be a 2-stop here, memory serves from earlier on in the year. We haven't got the 14 drivers tonight, and usually RTG is very close together in the pack, so we should still get some great racing from these drivers, great overtakes hopefully, and this is one of those tracks where you really do see that, and the run up to turn 1 as well. And into turn 1 there's something called Lee's Eye.
Predicted pit stop strategy is a medium to hard, but we're seeing Arj, Irvine and JD are all on the hard compounds. Everyone else from 11th up is on the medium compound. So some will be going a hard medium, with 2 Ferraris and the Haas of Irvine, and the rest are going to be on medium hard strategy, most likely.
Yes, unless we get safety cars, and of course last week we had 4 or 5, as we see the pit stop strategy now come up on our screens for a brief moment. Going back to last week and talking about Saudi Arabia, there was 4 or 5 safety cars. I think it might be 4 safety cars and a VSC. There was too many, but the end certainly made up for it. We did say on Thursday as well to make sure you went in, watched it. It was a very similar kind of race in Australia, Lee, on Thursday. It was very, very similar between the two. Very different circuits, but very similar.
Yeah, it was quite a surprising finish to the race after everything that happened. I will say that, to be honest. But we're getting ready now, as we've seen. I think that's the Red Bull of Chuck, and nice job in doing other wee donuts and pirouettes and everything right now, making sure those rear tyres are all up to temperature. Luckily Ghosting is on, either that or a lot of them would be buggered.
I'm just thinking, Lee, did we set a trend? Are we trendsetters?
Oh no, they done it well before it.
Did they? Did we just steal it?
Yeah, I stole it for them.
You stole it from them? Okay, well, apologies, we ain't trendsetters and nothing alike. So, we have
there's like 6 people already lined up, and there's Chuck also just lining up.
So, we are just about to line up. We've got 28 laps to run in this race. We've got 14 drivers for this Sunday tier race. We've got 5 red lights. And we're away for the USA Grand Prix for RTG Sunday tier. And nice job, mate. Has got a really good start. Ethan Haynes as well, who's already moved up into seconds. We go into turn 1. Chuckle trying to move back up into second place. And he does so. But a moment as Ethan Haynes now takes back that second place as we go into the S's. Looks like he's going to hold on as we weave, duck and dive through this first sector of the lap. And we're seeing... there it looks like Josh going around the outside of that Red Bull and moving up into 3rd place. The mid-pack is all sort of stayed in the same position as Ernie Burney, though. Moved up 3 positions into 8th, and JD as well had a fantastic start on the hard tyres. Moved up to 11th. We're seeing a triple 3 cars into one corner, and now the Aston Martin has made contact with the McLaren and the Haas. That might cause a safety car, and the Aston Martin was Ernie Burney, who made up so many places, and is now...
Sorry, it looked like the Aston Martin was maybe flipped there.
Yeah, it did. It did. So, Nice job, mate. Still out in the lead after that turn 1 overtake or start overtake. So you've got clearly a better start than Chuckle, and Ethan Haynes obviously got one as well, moving up into second as we're about to start the second lap.
Yeah, I'm seeing GD there managing got up quite a few places from the start of this starting at the back of the grid in 14th. He's already gained up 5 positions in that Ferrari. And they're seeing Prof and Arj trading places there, 11th and 12th.
Yes, that's what it looks like. Unfortunately, we've got another glitch here. It says it's 1 minute 41 seconds. I don't know if you've seen that, Lee. For 2 of the drivers in the 1 minute 40. So just ignore that. They are just behind that queue. The top 3.
Oh, and JD knocked it up.
Spun on the hard tyres. Maybe not into the best of windows yet, and that shows his Ferrari teammate now passed him. He now goes into 13th, the penultimate position on the racetrack, with Ernie Burney in that last spot after that incident that happened at turn 11, which we're coming up to right now.
Yeah, that was quite a hectic first lap at turn 11 there, especially for the back
markers. Sorry, Lee. Chuckle got a bit of a slide. He had to do almost a double correction on the steering wheel there, but he's been able to hold it on the road, as we're seeing Irvine spinning in the exact place where Chuckle was having that snap of oversteer and maybe a tad of understeer as well. As now Aki is round as well at turn 18 as we go on to lap 3. Fastest laps are starting to come in thick and fast.
Oh, and GD spun as well.
Yeah, so he's into the pits. Oh, as he clouts the wall, because obviously his tyres are way too hot. He actually DNFs on lap 3. That was a surprise very early on.
So, let's see. This top 3 is still quite close together, and then there's a battle for 5th position between Jock Marcus and then I think, is that the 2 Alpines? Yep, 2 Alpines right behind them. RTG and Shock.
Yeah, and we're seeing Josh Lee gaining ground on that AlphaTauri. The DRS really working for him, even though his rival ahead had it as well. And he goes up the inside at turn 3, moves up into second place as we now go around turn 13 and 14 and 15. As we're seeing Chuck following his Alpine teammate rather closely.
All he has to do is just stick to the inside, so you won't get as much of that sort of airflow disruption. You see Josh McGill putting in the fastest lap of the rest with the 1:37.7.
Well, obviously the car is very quick in the straight line that Josh has got underneath him. Of course, this is going to be the sector where Nice Job Mate will have potentially the advantage, maybe running a little bit more downforce. Ethan definitely running a little bit more downforce, getting very close to the back of that Alfa Romeo through this first sector and into the second sector. It looks like Josh may have been able to hold on as we go on to straight now. And he has closed the gap. He's going to have DRS, so I suspect, Lee, there might be quite a drop in the gap between first and second.
Quite possibly.
As it actually looks like he was extending for a moment, as it's now coming back down again. And Chuck looking at the inside of his teammate not letting him go through. Maybe he is now, actually. And he gives him a bit of a tap. Oh, as they're going side by side. This isn't actually let it through at all. They're both fighting for position, maybe a little bit too hard. Almost feels like Esteban Ocon and Fernando Alonso from last year as they now go through this long right-hander. And Chuck has been able to hold on to that 6th place after getting it with a quite aggressive move. Nice job, mate. Takes the fastest lap of the race.
And he's managed to pull out of that DRS window with Josh McGill. So
yeah,
now Josh McGill's going to be vulnerable to Ethan. We'll see Arjun Irvin swapping places. I think Arj just made an error there at turn 19.
He certainly did, because Irvine got the DRS as well. So that was quite a smart overtake there for the Haas driver. Being able to use that DRS to defend and just pull a little bit of a gap as we go into turn 1. Talking about pulling some gap, nice job, mate. Has gone out of that DRS window now and got about 4 tenths in his pocket, not to worry about it. And Josh McGill is worrying about the fact that he doesn't have it, as he's already weaving down the back straight. It looks like Ethan is going to pull ahead as we go into turn 12 on the inside. Easy does it. Job done for now.
But just wait, I could see Josh McGill coming back at him here. Is he going to have a go? Oh, I thought he was going to go for the move down the inside there. Turn 15 there, but he clubbed out of it. I think the best idea for them is just to sit together and just follow each other for now. And try and catch up to nice job, mate. Them battling is just going to aid in that Aston Martin just pulling away.
And subsequently, that Red Bull getting ever closer. As it's now sort of become a 3-car fight now. As we go on to lap 6. As we tumble down the hill. And sweep left and right through this this first sector, in the first few corners. That homage to Maggots and Beckett's as we finish this left-right sequence. Comes a little bit more open, somewhat more technical as well in certain aspects at the end of that first sector. And now we go down into the heavy braking zones in the middle sector and down this long back straight where we are seeing some dives to the inside and overtaking at turn 12. You may see some more of that. Josh McGill not using the overtake button.
We've seen Arj there just made an error there at turn 2. I think he went and spun or was spun out. Unsure about what happened, but of course a yellow flag in sector 1 there. Just a wee report on that there.
Yeah. We have these three still all within DRS to each other for the battle for second. The gap has closed a bit. It's gone to 1.4, 1.3. I'm not sure if Nice Job Mate might have made a mistake. Not too sure about that. They're talking about Nice Job Mate though. He's second in the championship at the moment, of course, leading this race right now. Short Marcus is the leader of the championship. He's in 5th place as it stands. Nice Job Mate wants it to stay like this, because this may potentially get him very close or take him into the lead of the championship.
Yeah, quite possibly. Sorry about that. Yeah, quite possibly if things stay with Art. I think that could mean
he's 13 points behind. 13 points behind is Nice Job Mate. And Josh McGill is 15 points behind. So it's starting as we're sort of getting right to the end of this race will be the midpoint of the season. Just before we talk about that, probably now getting back past his teammate Chuck, not being able to pull away. He's now moved back again to 7th place. Yeah, so back to the championship. After this race, we'll be at the half point. We'll be at Monza next week.
I think is next week it could possibly change hands if things stay the way it is.
But hopefully we'll have a championship to the final race, Lee. This is at the moment this is the day where it's looking like that could be possible.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, we haven't got Ginge with us tonight, who is in fourth in the championship, so he's going to lose out on a big haul of points. He's on 70 points. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought again to that big Easter lunch. 70. He's on 70 points, so he's quite a way behind. But this is probably going to now drop him out of the championship if the other drivers can keep their attendance up and keep scoring decent points. As we've been talking about all this, Lee, nothing has really changed. The gap has stayed very similar between first and second, and the two behind Ethan Haynes have both been within DRS of each other. So Ethan Haynes, is just pulling those two along at the moment.
Yep, pretty much. I mean, the only real closeness on track, just see yellow flag, it's everyone just spinning around. Get out of his way. Yeah, the only battles really is the battle for second right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Short Marcus is in a little bit of no man's land at the moment, Lee.
Yeah, he's quite content. You could see some people in his rear view, you could see some people in the distance, but I think he could be just conserving them tyres a bit, just waiting it out patiently, trying to possibly get an overcut maybe. Never know.
And possibly, we said this a couple of weeks ago, Spain, I think. Which was on a Thursday, and we said that, didn't we? That the overcut seems to be stronger this game than it ever has been, and especially compared to the undercut, with the tyres sort of pretty much being cold when you come out for the first sort of sector, at least maybe sector and a half. It actually pays to stay out an extra lap, because you do seem to, the pace advantage you get in that first half of that second sector overrides the second half of the lap.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be in Marcus's interest, but 4.7 seconds there. I don't think any overcut is going to whittle that time down to where he wants it to be.
True that, but hey, you never know what could happen. Safety car could come out just after the guys pit.
You've said it now, Lee.
Well, yeah, you never know.
As that gap is extended out front to almost 3 seconds now, about 2 and 3/4 seconds, and just over that. It's just bouncing around that. So nice job, mate. He's feeling quite comfortable out in the lead. Hasn't lost the lead since turn 1 of lap 1.
He's been doing a nice job there. Now, we're seeing Matty into the pits. He's going to be the first one in. Now, hard tyres are getting put on. What's happening? Oh, there we go. Just a little bit of lag there. I thought you didn't come out the pits there. But, there we go. First one to make a pit. Arge around again. Turn 17 there, I think that is.
Yeah, not having a good day. I think hoping for a safety car, I think, at this point. And if he doesn't pit already.
Yeah. There he is, he's pit now.
Oh, is Ethan Haynes is round at the final sector around turn 15. So he's now lost 5th place. Short Marcus now moves up to 4th. and second in the race are second and third in the championship. First place you're seeing right now, the Red Bull of Short Marcus. The other Red Bull is in third place. That might give Short Marcus a glimmer of hope, as Ethan Haynes, though, within that DRS window, as we come out of the final corner, tyres still red hot after that spin a few corners ago. As Chuck enters the pits to try and undercut his teammate, I think.
Quite possibly we could see that happen. We've seen Aki jumping into the pits as well, the other McLaren. We'll see, as I'm expecting. I honestly think that Chuckle could be making a move quite soon, possibly going down into turn 12 on Josh McGill. Especially when they see Josh McGill walk up a little there going into turn 11. This is going to be quite good, I would say, for Chuckle.
Yeah, well, he's gaining, and as we get to the DHL sign, he moves to the inside, swoops past before they hit the brakes, even moves ahead. A bit of a risky move there from Chuckle there, just to move directly in front.
Yeah, it was a wee bit, a little bit cheeky, I would say, but fair, I would say. It's fair racing indeed, but we'll just be seeing these medium tyres. They'll be starting to drop off now. And we'll be able to see what sort of times everyone's going to be doing.
As Matty Jones gets past Aki now into 10th place, but for how long? Maybe for not very long, as Aki looked like he was going to go for a lunge for the defence, or the retaking of that position, but it was just a bit of a bluff. As we've got the Alpine now responding to his teammate, the McLaren as well, coming into the pits. We're watching Chuck coming around the final corner now, and Proddy only just exiting his pit box. This will be close. See if our overcut prediction is rightly. It's going to be very close as we go towards turn 1. But the overcut looks like the stronger option.
But bearing in mind, Chuck's already got his tyres up to temperature, whereas, or at least nearer to getting up to temperature, whereas Prodigy hasn't yet, are still stone cold at the moment. And to look at that gap, it's just reduced right down. It's at 0.3 seconds, but we're seeing a yellow flag. Is that Irvin again?
Oh, yep. Got 2 yellow flags. Yeah, it's Irvin again.
Oh, there we go, Chuck. See, already passed.
With the DRS enabled as well.
Yep. So he's managed to get past there, and he should be able to pull away now, while Prodigy's tyres are still getting up to temperature. But on the bright side, Prodigy's tyres should get up to temperature a little bit quicker, while following in the wake of his teammate ahead. We're seeing Short Marcus into the pits now.
So this should be closely, I think, between Short Marcus and the 2 Alpines.
Nah.
I don't think it will be, actually. Forget what I said.
Maybe come turn 11 or 12 possibly. It could be quite close then, but we'll see in a wee bit. Wonder how many laps these guys at the front on these medium tyres are going to be doing. You see Irvine is already coming in off them tyres, whether that be for damage or not, I'm not sure.
We've got Chuckle now up into second place as well. And we've now got Irvine in the pits. Front wing change for the Haas driver as he makes his way out, and the final garage in pit lane. So he's out over the giveaway line really rather quickly up into turn 1 now, as We're watching the leader dive into the pit lane, followed by second place. Josh McGill is going to stay out, as we saw before. As we get to turn one, the overcut looking stronger, but potentially as we make our way through the tight and twisty sector one we have here at COTA, the undercut looks like it could be a bit stronger. And I actually have to say, Lee, the way the tyres work this year with the pit stops, I'm actually liking it more and more. It's going on in this game cycle, to be fair. It's definitely made it a little bit more interesting on pit exit.
Matty Jones and Aki are battling outside at turn 16 and 17. We've got Aki who's on the outside, Matty Jones on the inside in the Williams. And it looks like Aki's going to have the inside line for turn 19. Also, they're still side by side. It's like bloody skeletic tracks. Still side by side going around turn 20 there. Aki on the inside. It looks like a little slip up for Matty Jones there, but he's going to have the DRS going up to turn 1. Into the slipstream. Is he going to be able to go for a move up the inside? No, he doesn't have enough speed there to get him into turn 1 there. That was quite an interesting battle there.
It certainly was. We're still waiting for Josh McGill. Nice job, mate. Has pit. He's got himself some breathing space and clear air ahead of him.
Now look at the gap there. That's 13.8 seconds.
And Short Marcus is when that battle was going on between Matty Jones and Aki. Short Marcus must have made an error. Must have. He's now down in 8th place. He was ahead. He was in 4th place, I think, 4th or 5th.
And he's just recently pat.
Yeah, but okay, we'll see. Josh McGill, the leader of the race, only for a lap, has now come into the pits. It's a nice job, mate. Makes his way down the start-finish straight. The Alfa Romeo out of its pit box now. It'll be tight between Josh and Chuckle, I think. Chuckle just gets ahead. And that top 3 sort of splits up a little bit now, Lee.
Yeah, this round of pit stops has split them up quite a bit. I've seen Ethan there, he's dropped back quite a bit from being quite near him.
Short Marcus is pissing again, so he did have front wing damage. Yeah, as we see Matty Jones. Yeah. As we see Matty Jones go up the inside, and the switchback for the McLaren, and Aki now moves back up into 8th place. Are we going to see it through sector 1 this time, with that Williams almost pushing the McLaren through that S section, and the Williams looking maybe around the outside there, as these two have been scrapping hammer and tong for quite a few laps now, as we make our way towards turn 11.
Yep, so I've kind of reviewed some footage there, went back on the stream and checked things out, and it looked like what possibly could have happened is around turn 10 between, turn 9, 10 roughly, between Ethan and Short Marcus. They came together, and it looks like Aki and Matty Jones are battling out again, sorry, at turn 12 now. Aki's got the inside for turn 13 here.
He looked like he was going to come back at him then, didn't he? Oh no, they both spun. They both spun.
That was just unlucky for Aki there. Matty Jones just getting a wee bit loss of traction at the rear there. And it just sent him flying into Aki, unfortunately, so...
I wonder if either of them have damage. They haven't caused a safety car, either of them. I've had nothing to speak of. Nothing to speak of in that case, actually, this race. It hasn't happened for a little while. And this is that time, Lee, where I think, wouldn't a safety car excite this a little bit now?
Yeah, definitely. But, oh yeah, so it was on about, we incident with Short Marcus and Ethan. I think that's, they two came together and possibly, Short Marcus ended up into the barrier, as he ended up with that broken front wing. Looks like Prodigy is having to go and chuck here for 5th place, and he's managed to make the DRS count. This is just
So we haven't got a big field here today, but it's certainly some of these battles, and especially Aki and Matty Jones, have certainly gave us a little bit of entertainment. Is another 3-second time penalty there for Ethan Haynes. I think he's on 6 seconds now.
and also just before that came up 136.686, the fastest lap. For nice job, mate. There.
So we're on lap 17 of 28. We're over half distance in this race. We're watching the two Alpines scrapping, which they have done pretty much all race long. We thought earlier on in the race, I think Proddy was going to let Chuck go, but that wasn't the case, and they've stayed fighting ever since. A bit of contact, a bit of touching of tyres mainly between these two. Nothing else really, but both of them not giving each other an inch as we go into turn 11 and down this DRS straight, the first of two on this COTA circuit.
Oh no, seeing short Marcus, he's put for the medium tyres, and now he looks like he's going for it. Now he's got them up to temperature,
And
he's ready to salvage what he can.
And we've got Matty and Aki within DRS range of each other again now.
Yep, so we're going to see Matty be able to make a move. I don't think he is. He's not close enough, unfortunately, and especially with that battery there. It's not looking very likely for the time being.
Sorry, Lee, just a little bit off topic. I'm in a bit of shock horror at the minute. Or very, very, very envious.
Of?
You know my friend Andy?
Uh-huh.
He went to Star Wars Celebration yesterday, having just found out.
Wait, Irving making a move on Ernie there.
I literally just got that message. Literally.
You! No. So Irvin's just moved on a position and passed Ernie Bernie, and the gap already is at 2 seconds.
Sorry, Lee. Chuck getting back up into 5th place, moving up on the Alpine. Has got a blue flagged Ferrari behind them. As you said before, Lee, are we gonna see an overtake or any sort of battle between this Williams and McLaren?
Possibly, but it don't look like he got the power.
Very precise and intellectual there, Lee. As we go into the final corner with the two Alpines. But everything else, Lee, just somewhat calmed down now. Not really any battles to speak of. No more than two, the 1-on-1 really at the moment. No one else. It doesn't look like it's going to change for a little while, even though Short Markers is gaining quite a lot of time on that Williams of Matty Jones. I have been keeping an eye on it. It's down to 10 seconds now. I'm not sure if he's got enough laps remaining, though, to get that time down to enough to make up any more places.
I'm confused. Arch is AI, isn't he not? And yet you just got a penalty.
No, I don't think he's AI. He's a blue flag car, I think.
Oh. But yeah, so I just totally thinking out there. Looks like Matty Jones, he's going to be able to make a move on Aki for 8th place now. Because look how close that gap is as come around turn 11. I think he's going to go for it now. He's going to have to DRS slipstream. Moves to the inside. Now he's going to be later on the brakes. Aki is keeping it in there. Into turn 13 and 14. Nicely done, keeps it in there. And he secures that 8th place back. Says, nah, this is my place.
But it's nice to see them battling, even though Matty Jones has got himself a time penalty. He's obviously going to be desperate to get ahead, to try and gain that time, seeing how much he wants to be ahead. Oh! Contact between the two of them again is such a shame, because these two have had such a good race. And I think he's actually let him keep the position, I think, actually. So, sporting. I don't think that'll be reported.
No, I don't think it will.
Oh, is Matty Jones almost lost it at turn 2 there. And even though it's good karma, it didn't pay it back out there, Lee. Still got a dose of it.
Wonder if Aki will slow up and let the continuous battle. Aki, if you could listen and you could hear us, right, slow up. Let this battle continue.
But we have got a battle, Lee. We've got these two Alpines that hasn't shifted at all. They've stayed together the whole time, and they have been giving each other just enough space. But they've been pretty equal in measure as well.
Yeah, they've been pushing each other quite well, to be honest. It's, just letting each other know their pace. I think Prodigy is a reserve driver tonight as well.
Yeah, and the other thing, Lee. He was 10 seconds back only a couple of laps ago, Short Marcus. Now he's about to be within DRS range after that incident at turn 20.
Oh.
And he is within DRS range of Matty Jones on the medium tyre.
Well, Matty Jones just got a terrible exit out at turn 20 there.
And he didn't get the DRS, but he was able to hold on. Or is he? Because he goes deep. And Short Marcus, I think Matty Jones just let him go by. Maybe he did that strategically to keep on the back of Short Marcus to catch back up to Aki again. He knows Short Marcus isn't his fight. But at the same time, I think he's just managed to stay within. He has Matty Jones, so he's going to get the DRS. So is Short Marcus. Aki's the only one looking vulnerable right now. But is Aki going to do the same thing? Is he just going to let Short Marcus pass? We hope not. We really do hope not. And I don't think he is. He defends to the inside now. Short Marcus tries to go around the outside. He does go around the outside. Nice and easy with those fresher medium tyres. And moves up into 8th place. He's now got 35 seconds to the next driver. So I think that's as good as he's going to get. Unless we get a safety car in the next lap or two. Otherwise, we'll be going all the way to the end.
We've seen Croft there, just got a 3-second time penalty there. Now, Matty Jones, is he going to be able to get back in this battle with Aki here? Now, the thing is, these medium tyres on Short Marcus, they will be dying out quite soon, I would say. But then again, it's going to be a tough one, I think. Depending on how quick Short Marcus could be on the medium compounds compared to Aki and Matty Jones behind, he might just be able to keep it. The 8th place, I would say, before they fall off a cliff. But I'm no expert, I'm not the driver in the seat. But something like Prodigy is getting quite close to the back of Chuck here.
He certainly is. As I said, they've not broke away from each other this whole race. Chuck not having the penalty though will frustrate Proddy. I'm guessing he's somewhat hoping that Chuck does get a time penalty. It is now putting Proddy at danger to Prop in 7th place, but he also has a penalty actually, so that may balance itself out. We'll have a quick look at what penalties. So we're on 3 seconds. Everyone's on 3 seconds, bar 2 drivers who are on penalties, and that's Arg in 13th place. And higher up the field, 4th is Ethan Haynes, and he's also on 6 seconds.
So Chuck only needs to reduce that gap by just over 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds, in order to secure that 4th position.
Yeah.
If he's able to do that, while talking about that, it looks like Prodigy's fell out of the DRS window.
And that's the first time for a long time.
Yeah, so is Chuck now amped it up and just thought, right, time's to go, since he's only got a 3-second gap.
Matty Jones and Aki are back at it once again, but they have got Irvine as he gets very close to the back of that McLaren, and we've got Irvine now looking like he's going to spring into life in this fight.
See, he's on old medium compound, 10-lap old mediums. So, short Marcus with 3-second time penalty.
He's safe as it stands.
Yeah.
But it is going to put the pressure on. And it's going to give Aki the hurry on as well.
Yeah, we could see him using a bit more of that battery there. He's realising, right, time to get the finger out, so to speak. Oh, we've seen, nice job, mate. He has actively controlled this race the whole way. From start to finish, by the looks of it.
And I'm not sure on the points, Lee. I think he could take the lead of the championship after this race. Could we?
Quite possibly, actually.
Sorry, just to apologise if I sound a bit bunged up. It's my first day of having hay fever today.
Ah, that's when you know spring.
Yeah. You certainly do. It's a lovely Easter Sunday, and I've had hay fever as the way is. Matty Jones is trying to go around the outside. Does go around the outside. Nice move there. And now Irvine looking up the inside of Aki as well. Matty almost loses it once again, and now Aki up the inside as we go into the left-hander, and now back onto a right-hander at turn 16, 17, and 18. As Aki looks like he's potentially run slightly wide, and we've got 3 drivers into one corner, neck and neck, as we go into the final corner now. Nothing can separate the 3 of them as Aki goes defensive. It does open the door up though for a move up the inside. As Aki moved back to the racing line, didn't see a lunge there. As Matty Jones gets another 3-second time penalty. The rear of that Williams, Lee, hasn't looked stable all race.
No, it has looked quite squirrely and not getting. When he gets the power down, you notice that just can't get the traction right. But it looks like is Irvin going to have a look for a move after the DRS? You certainly will have the battery, but will he have the tyres to be able to make that 3-second gap also, as he does have a penalty? But they're on 12-lap old medium compound tyres with the DRS. He's going to have a look.
Oh!
And that was a bit late there.
But it's alright, he was the attacking car. He's the one that can be late. As he gets ahead. I think he wanted to go to the outside, and then Aki moved back over. So he had to change his mind.
Yeah, I think it was just a spur-of-the-moment thing. But yeah, let's see, we'll have a wee quick look nearer the front of the grid. As it looks like Ethan is still right on the tail of Josh McGill. Not close enough, but oh, Irvin, that's it, he's buggered it for himself now, I think. He's secured himself another 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits again. So
Matty Jones in the pits. Is Matty Jones going for the fastest lap?
I think so. As he knows he won't be able to get anything on Aki. So the least he could do is at least go for a fastest lap and get that extra point. And he's done it at the perfect time, but should he? No. Oh, Irvin's around.
That corner being troublesome.
Prodigy as well, he's around.
Oh no.
18. That's moved Prof up to P6 now.
And I think, Lee, we can officially say it now. We are not going to have a safety car in this race for the first time in a long time.
I think last week we kind of thingied them all out.
Yeah, I think we did. It's been really nice, actually. It is. Unfortunately for Ethan Haynes having that time penalty, otherwise we'd have another exciting battle for a podium position. He may try and still go for the position though, of course. You never know if Josh will get a penalty in the final lap and a half.
Let's see, is Ethan going to be going for a move now, or is he going to wait? I think the best opportunity is to go for it right now. Moves to the left-hand side. Yep, and there we go, he's managed to make the move, but is he going to be able to keep it? As he's got to build up that 3-second gap there. Is it 3 seconds? 6 seconds.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
No.
Unless Josh makes a big mistake.
Yep.
Josh knows he's got it in the bag as well. He can literally Sunday drive this home, Lee, from now on.
Yep, pretty much. As long as he keeps it within that 6 seconds.
It's only Bernie's left the session.
Well, he has technically completed the majority of the race.
Enough laps is Josh McGill up the inside. Slight bit of locking there for the Alfa Romeo, but he was able to keep it under control. Is Ethan Haynes now back into fourth, and he wants that third place on the road, I think, Lee.
I'm not so sure. I think they just want to battle out a little. But the thing is, if they two come together, then that could end up being, could possibly be a big penalty for one or the other. Those have seen a yellow flag in Sector 3. Is that Irvin again?
Yes, it is.
Yep, unfortunately, the tail end of that hasn't been the best.
So, as we watch Josh McGill and Ethan Haynes got late on the brakes, certainly. It was a slight bit concerning there, but he was able to get away with it. But as we go back to the front and into Ethan. Where's Ethan's...
spun it.
Oh, he spun it, but now we go around the final corner. Nice job, mate. Took the lead at the start of lap 1, and he wins the USA Grand Prix, and potentially is going to take the lead in the championship after this race. His Chuckle now comes into the final corner. He's going to finish in second place with Josh McGill in third. Very, very close. I think Chuck might have actually dropped out of the session there, but I think he may still be able to keep his second place. Is Ethan Haynes span at the line. So his AI car now doing a 3-point turn. Oh no. As Chuck crosses the line in fifth, but hits the Alpha Tower. His prof finishes in sixth. We're waiting for Proddy to come across the line in seventh.
He's a little bit exhausted every...
There is now a traffic jam in the line.
This is going to be fun.
As we see Short Marcus come across the line. And does a donut to finish proceedings. Got to be careful though with your time penalty. As Aki now makes his way around the final corner to also complete his final lap. And so we've got a car park on the start-finish straight.
Yep.
Matty Jones, will he take the fastest lap, Lee? This was his lap to give it a go. No, he doesn't. And the Haas comes across the line. Yeah, one of the most expensive car parks on that start-finish line.
Yep.
Thereby getting the driver of the day.
Me no so sure. It's a nice job, mate. He just went and managed to breeze that to victory, managing to just to keep it right in the lead the whole way, unchallenged. So, wee quick rundown there of the finishing order here. We've got a nice job, mate, who finishes in first there. Chickle in P2, Josh McGill P3, Ethan in P4, Chuck in P5, Prof was P6, Prodigy P7, Short Marcus in 8th, 9th was Aki, Matty Jones 10th, Irvin 11th, Ernie Bernie was a lap down in 12th, Urge was a lap down also in 13th, and GD was the only DNF. That was on lap 3, if I do remember correctly. So, yeah.
So that's the end of proceedings for today's race, round 5 of the Sunday tier in their 10th season. So, next week we will be in Monza, the Temple of Speed in Italy, and that will be next Sunday at 8 o'clock. And next Thursday we have the Singapore Grand Prix, so a race under the lights. So make sure to check us out this Thursday coming at 8 o'clock UK time for the 6th round of Thursday tier, and for the 6th round of Sunday tier at 8 p.m. for the Grand Prix at Monza. Well, thanks very much for joining us. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. It is a really big help to us at the channel, and share the video to people who like league races and want to get involved in some league races and pro clubs as well on a Monday and a Tuesday. So make sure to check that one out as well. It's 7 o'clock tomorrow, around 7 o'clock for our training day tomorrow. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. You've all been brilliant, and we'll see you next Thursday. And it's happy Easter from me and from Lee.
Peace out.